So we are back in our beautiful world after taking on the Twilight Forest. We now get to kind of adventure and explore another dimension. And this dimension is rather dark, scary, immersive. Probably one of the most immersive Minecraft mods that I've ever got to play with. So to get started, we need to find a swamp. And luckily for us, I found this early on in the series, so I did mark this. I think I actually showed you guys. It was very early on in the Let's Play here. But we need to head all the way over here to the Betweenlands. Look at this. Look at all these areas, nostalgic areas. That was that place that we kind of just destroyed the other day. Wow, the weather is just changing. It is now turning into the perfect weather. Rainy, right? Oh man, this is gonna be good. So, right over here. Yes, this is the area. This nasty swamp where it's nice and rainy now. This is where we learn how to go to the Betweenlands, or basically get our portal ready to go. And we need to take these guys on. A bunch of them. All right, come on now. Give me what you got. You're nothing compared to what's actually in the dimension. Oh, okay, maybe. All right, he threw me. Maybe he is. All right. Maybe it's a little rough. All right, so we are getting two of the same thing. We're probably going to see a lot of that just because of the stuff that I have available. What was that noise? Is there a dragon nearby? I certainly hope there's not a dragon nearby. Oh, there's another guy. Oh no, it's these guys making the sound. The horrifying sound. Oh, there's another one apparently. Oh, I didn't know they could be buffed. Oh, come on now. When they're being buffed, that's not fair. Alright, that's not fair. You being buffed is not fair, alright? You can't do this to me. There's an invisible one. How am I supposed to fight an invisible one? Okay. Alright, alright. Blighted. This is not getting easy, alright? I know we're basically invincible, but that doesn't mean... Oh my gosh. Doesn't make it any less annoying that you're blighted. Alright? Mr. 500 probably health. I think we already have everything we need to unlock this at this point. These guys are just gonna keep coming. Oh man. Alright, come back here. Nope. Alright. You could set in a boat, by the way, and the boat will actually help you. Oh, it's got like 200 health, honey. Wait, did you just teleport and become not blighted? I'm confused. Oh, there you go. Alright. So do we not have all the pieces? No, we're still missing pieces. You guys haven't dropped everything yet. Look at that, 170 health. Yeah, we have this and this piece, but we don't have the other ones. So you basically have to kill these guys over and over again until all those pieces drop. That's sort of the deal. I'm holding shift now, that kind of helps. Ah, there's one of the pieces, like a bone. So I got the bone. We still have one more piece to go. So, and this will get us into the... Oh man, this dimension is honestly ridiculous. It's so worth it though, and so cool. The puzzles are super cool. I think that was the last piece. Okay. So, let's get all of these pieces in. The bone and this piece. And there we go. It kills them all. And then we get this awesome animation and sound for dramatic effect. Because why not? Because why not? You know? And then we just take it out. And there we go. And let's get out of here. Let's go back to our base. Because this place is kind of creeping me out. Now that we're back home, honestly, this is a really tough decision because I need to find out where to place this portal. I need to figure out, because this is a rather large portal. So maybe over here? If we cut down this tree, and 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 this tree. Maybe if we have all this space, yeah, this area is definitely worth placing it here. We just got to get rid of all of that stuff. Then we should be pretty much ready to go, right? There we go. We'll break all that. Oh, missed a spot. So we'll finish this all up. All right, so that should be enough room, right? Plenty of wood, plenty of space. And let's just see. So if I place the sapling down, let's say right here. Hopefully that's enough room. If not, it will tell me. And then I just basically right-click this. Not enough space for the portal. Okay, so what I'm assuming is the reason there's not enough space is because I need... Let's see. I need a shovel. Just to clear out a little bit of this area. Alright, yeah. And now I get to... Now I have to make this look nice. This should be plenty of space, right? That should be... Yeah, that should be plenty of space. Almost done clearing this all out. There we go. So, yeah, placing it right here. This should be perfectly fine. I hope. Unless it's that tree giving me problems. Let's try this. Not enough space. Alright, let's back it up a little bit. It is getting dark. That should be good. Oh! And that's good. Perfect. So yeah, this is our portal now. Right outside of our base. This crazy, terrifying tree is our portal. And, yeah, we have to go inside and go inside one of these in order for this to work. I am completely terrified about what is going to be on the other side, but we should be fine as we do have all of the tools with us. So let's just go ahead and venture on in. Oh boy. So, here we are. Now, I do have shaders on, and shaders on is going to be a little bit different than if you were to play this without shaders. I really can't do it without shaders because it is so dark in this dimension, and it's honestly going to be brighter having shaders on. So, you might notice that whenever you go to play yourself, but this is the dimension. So, you can see that the sun is going to be kind of set sort of like the Twilight Forest, where the sun is off in a side direction, where it's like right at that perfect time of day. So it's going to give it a little bit of light, because without this, it would just be completely dark. I mean, honestly, completely dark. But we're after something, and this is like the perfect spawn, man. We got so lucky here. Look at this tree. This right here is a tree that we need to harvest right away. Because this is going to give us the stuff to survive. Oh, by the way, this was my food. That was my steak that I had on me. All that's gone now. Yeah, that's gone. Okay, so we have an advancement, the cure. I wonder how our actual Betweenlands advancement goes here. So this is actually a really good guide. Really good guide. Because it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to find a weedwood tree. Pretty much like this one over here. I'm going to go ahead and set my waypoint. And then we can get adventuring. Right? So set our waypoint as our portal home. And we can go ahead and start adventuring. Now, we do have the ability to fly. But you see that little bar there that I have? That's why I needed to get that tree chopped down. Because that gives us balls of sap. And this allows us to replenish that bar. Because whenever that bar goes down, it actually knocks down our health. Like, not knocks down our health, like where we lose health, but where your health bar deplenishes. It is absolutely insane. So yeah, we're going to need some weedwood here. I'm actually going to just harvest a bit of it, and we're going to get quite a bit of everything. Alright, let's go back over here. This is actually a pretty good place to kind of set up I know we're on some silt, but this would be a pretty decent place for like a little weedwood, like little house, I think. Kind of get a little house set up here. Nothing too fancy, just kind of like a little... Actually, you know what? We could probably do like a little round hut here. Do this. That's 2, actually. We need 3. This axe is going to work a little... it's going to be a little less efficient than if I was to use one from this dimension. So any tools that you bring over from this dimension, or into this dimension from vanilla, or from modded, is not going to work that well in this dimension. Including my sword. I mean, it works because it's such a high damage, but compared to other swords in here, it's still not that great. Alright, so I wanted to see this. Yeah, I wanted to make it like a little circular kind of hut here. And then use this for the flooring. I don't know if I can convert that back, can I? No, and that's different from the actual logs. It's kind of weird. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get this floor built up. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this this hut built and see what I can't do with it. So I'm actually almost done with this. We got most of this done. Look at this little hut. I kind of like it. It gives me a nice little area here. Let me kind of place down a little bit around here. Kind of give myself a little walkway. This right here is going to be the part of my mine, because you do have to do quite a bit of mining in here. But look at this. Oh, perfect. We can go after this right here, this Luger. So the sword sound is kind of weird. I don't know why the sword is so weird in this dimension. But look how much health these things have, which kind of has me kind of worried. I'm kind of afraid that some of these mobs in this dimension are going to be so powerful at this point that it's going to be quite hard to go after anything. Especially the later bosses. I can't imagine how much health they're going to have. It's just going to take forever to kill them. But that's why I can totally sympathize with some of those people. Some people that have definitely, I've seen in the comments saying things like, I focused on building and stuff like that, and I didn't focus on progression, and I'm sitting here with like my level meter, or whatever, the difficulty meter, setting at like some crazy numbers, like in the hundreds. And they're having a hard time killing any mobs, and that's because you really do have to focus on progression in this pack. It is really quick. You have to be quick. If not, you're going to be stuck behind, because mobs are just going to get increasingly more difficult. But anyways, let's take a look at some of the things that we can actually do in this dimension, and things we really need to do right away. In our quest book, we needed to make some tools, so an axe, a sword, and things like that. We can do that with just the weedwood materials that we gathered. So this is just a regular weedwood crafting table. You can make weedwood chests, but I went ahead and just, with the weedwood, made regular chests. So we need to make an axe, and then we also need to make a weedwood sword. Now the weedwood sword is actually going to be surprisingly good. It does say the attack. Well, actually that weedwood sword is pretty awful. There we go. That's a little bit better. Higher attack speed than what we had. But yeah, we needed to complete this quest. We just got ourselves a pot of chance, which is kind of funny, because we can actually place this down and we can break it and potentially get something. No? Okay, so we didn't get anything from that. It's kind of weird that it gave us a pot of chest, pot there. Anyways, weedwood chest. If you want to make it, you just straight up make it like that. It wasn't a big deal for me to make because we already have regular chests, but anyways, there we go. And we also need to make a sword. Once we get some of this, in which we should be able to find it right here. There we go. So that'll allow us to take the swamp reed and take some weedwood, and we're able to craft ourselves a shield, correct? Pretty sure that's the shield we need to make, right? Oh, we need the logs? We need logs. This is planks. It's so hard to tell the difference between the logs and the planks. I guess when it comes to the logs, we just need to chop down some more of this tree. I'm just slowly but surely tearing that whole tree down just to make this really cool looking structure over here. That's going to be our base. Normally I don't actually build a base. I just use the portal in here. But I'm kind of enjoying the idea of doing this. I'm going to remove all this stuff. Alright, so here's our logs. That's logs, right? That's what we needed. Oh, we need, oh, we gotta do this. My bad. We gotta make the rope. There we go. So this is gonna be very important as well because, I mean, technically we're still invincible at this point, but, you know, it does help. Like, if you were gonna be playing this without having anything, it'd probably be a good idea to definitely shield up. These shields are going to be your best friend. So as you can see, my health is getting a little low, and I'm sort of trying to go after some mobs here. I'm really looking for snails, as snails are really great. And if you can find crabs, also crabs are amazing as well. These guys don't really give you too much. I want to see, will this sword do much more damage than what I'm already doing? I don't think it does. Like, the mobs have so much health right now. It's hard to tell. But yeah, look for these little these snails. These will give you this raw snail flesh, and we can actually cook this. And it gives you quite a bit of saturation and hunger back. And I'm in like the perfect biome for this, because they are all over the place. And this is going to be a good source of food, because regular food from the overworld does not work. You have to use food from this dimension. So let's go ahead and let's kind of get started here. Let's look at some of the other things we have. So, something that it tells us in the quest book to make is a dual sulfur furnace. Basically, you take a regular furnace that you can make here, and then you surround it in stone again, and you get yourself a double cooker, basically. And that's pretty much what this thing is. Look at them. Look at the little guys there. But anyways, you take this and you take some sulfur. I kind of mined some from a little mine down there. We're going to go visit that here in a second. Of course, you also use this to make torches. This is like the coal from this world. But I'm going to use this to cook here. And yeah, we're going to get ourselves some food going because I'm absolutely starving. And we also have some snail here. This, like, there's so many things you can do in this dimension. It's just kind of ridiculous. But let's go ahead. We got the food. Oh man, I can actually eat now. And I still want to farm a bit more than what I've currently got. And by the way, if you use a torch launcher, the vanilla torches will work. But here's what happens if you... I don't know if I can pick these up without them going into here. Let me see if I can't put this in my bag. And then break this. Now watch. If I place this torch in this dimension, it burns out. Right? So that's something that you can't do. But if you have a torch launcher, you can totally get and bypass that. Look, regular torches work. So this kind of saves a little bit of time. It's not really that big of an exploit, but it does save a little bit of time. All right, and other than that, go ahead and finish eating. I'm gonna go hunting for some more snails and food. The roof here is starting to change and collapse. You can kind of see that there. That is getting pretty bad. But I'm after food, so I'm gonna hunt for some more snails, and then we're gonna go potentially looking and hunting underground, because we really need to find some ore from this world. So now that the food is all ready to go, we can actually now kind of head down and start mining. I'm not quite sure how this will work with this loot pet, but we're going to kind of find out. I can use my regular pick down here, and I did go ahead and kind of torch this up a bit because it is a little dark. But as you can see, we mined right into a ravine. I also kind of filled this so we have a platform so we can also see where our staircase is. But luckily enough, we have flight. And as you can see, biomes are kind of layered. We just went down and went into a sort of biome that is called the caverns, right? So, kind of interesting, dark, scary, lighting. There we go, we get the light working. Good thing we have ore excavator, but of course we needed food before we could do that. So I do have, of course, food on me. It is a little scary, as you can tell. The sounds are just awful. These sounds are definitely not something that you just want to wake up to in the morning. Very, very horrifying. Oh, right here. So here is some ore that we definitely want to mine up, and that's octane ore. And we should be able to mine all this sulfur up as well. Octane ore is definitely something we want. We're looking for several different types of ore. I actually want to see Can this pick mine Octane? There was a thing over here. Can this mine it? I don't know if that's actually mining it or not, or just breaking it. It looks like it just broke it. So, I mean, us having a diamond pickaxe definitely kind of bypasses some of the things that we would need to do. If you're going to upgrade your pick, well, there's a blue ore that I'm also kind of looking for as well. That we'll probably stumble upon a little higher up. There it is. This right here. So this ore is actually something that we should be able to mine with this pick. Actually, you know what? I think the next level up on our pick is a bone pick. There we go. We have another little pot of chance. I don't understand. Yep, that's a bad guy. Yep, yep. Little termite. Let's get rid of him. A lot of health on these guys. Alright, so the termite's gone. That's something you can get out of the pot of chance. Yeah, I think we can mine... Actually, you know what? I don't think we can mine it with this pick. What we need to do is actually find some bone ore. And you actually make a bone pickaxe as the next, like, level up in your pickaxe progression. But of course, I'm just going to mine it up. Because we also need this stuff. This right here is shimmerite ore. So we have octane so far that we know about, and shimmerite ore. Those are two of your major ores getting started in this pack. Or getting started with this mod. And that's kind of what's going to progress you and lead you through the rest of this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just mine up a bit. I'm going to be down here a while. I'm going to be mining up as much of this stuff as I possibly can, because there's a lot of uses for it. Okay, so I'm down at rock bottom here. Basically, I went all the way down to the bottom area, and this area is called rock bottom. Wow, this guy's got a lot of health. And the sword sounds so weird. Wow, yeah, that takes a long time to kill these guys. I might just avoid these guys. Anyways, these guys do drop bones, but I noticed this thing. What is this? There's just more pots of chance. Ah, and you can see it did spawn a termite there. Nothing we really need to concern ourselves with, but still a thing. Oh boy. Yeah, these guys are absolutely not worth hanging around. Really cool though. Is that like a trap door? What is that? What is that? Something pillar? Wow, there's a lot of bad things down here. But these are really cool. But this is also ore that we need to be looking out for. This right here. This ore is definitely some stuff. I'm trying to avoid all these mobs and try to pick up as much as possible. Oh boy. These guys are just, yeah, really, really after me right now. So yeah, also you want to find this stuff. These things are super powerful, and this is used to make some really nice gear later on. Oh yeah, and also try not to get lost, because it's very easy to do in this dimension. So after getting back from mining, I do have quite a bit of stuff, and this stuff is actually really great. This right here can make a pretty decent sword that you can set up. Also make a pretty decent. This right here says what? This is to charge up and then to charge at enemies. That's kind of cool. Reflects projectiles. This pick is actually pretty decent. So if you find this material, definitely make it, because it's definitely worth making. Now this, however, I guess is more of a decorative thing. Good is new. I see it being added to these tools. So I don't know too much about that material. But anyways, we should have completed a few things. So this right here, and it kind of wants us to make an octane sword and an octane pickaxe, all of which should be pretty straightforward for us to do. I think we have enough octane to be able to do that. Yeah, we got some octane, I think, out of a pot is where some of that come from. So what we need to do is take our octane, take a little bit of sulfur, and we need to just break this down. That's pretty much all we got to do. Look at that. Pretty straightforward when it comes to getting this all set up and going through the Betweenlands. And once we make this, we'll have ourselves some pretty useful tools. So let's go ahead and throw this here. I'm going to make myself a pickaxe and then make myself a sword. And looky there. We are hot shots now, ready to go. completing quests and taking names. Now the infuser and all this stuff right here, that's where it starts to get a little bit on the like more like magic-y side. Also this right here is another way to go. I do want to make the armor. I don't think I have enough to make armor, but once this is all processed up, we'll be able to see. I don't want to change my armor anyways, as we do have like super powerful armor already that is going to be perfectly fine against these mobs, as I was just hounded with mobs earlier and nothing seemed to bother me. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also ring that little notification bell. That'd really help out a lot. Guys, I really do appreciate all the tremendous support that you guys have been giving on these Let's Plays. It's absolutely amazing. And guys, I hope to see you in the future. And as always, thanks for watching.